When one thinks of America, the words aggression, power, and authority might come into mind. Seems likely that the word war would also be in that category. Aggression, power, and authority sum up to the purpose of war. And the stereotypical characteristics of the United States, masculine characteristics such as always authority and wealth have always been a part of the American dream.
For my interview, I interviewed my father, Robert Condit Jr., and he was a combat medic and a truck driver in the Iraqi war.
My name is Robert L. Condit Jr., Mountain Sub U.S. Army Reserve.
How are your feelings about going to Iraq?
I had a little bit of mixed feelings because I didn't go with my unit. I got cross levels with another unit, but I was able to keep the mission accomplished and get things taken care of. It was a good experience in one respect. I was actually able to do the job that I've been training to do as a truck driver, but I'm also a combat medic. I didn't do that job, but that's the way it goes. You do what the Army asks you to do.
When you came back, did you feel like your behavior changed in any way?
Yes, a little bit. I did go see counseling staff at the VA hospital. Kind of a little bit wound up tight after being in the combat zone. You kind of watch your back and watch things around you to kind of be on high alert. I had to learn how to tone that back down now that I'm back in civilian life.
Did your relationships change with your family, friends, or coworkers, or anything like that?
Not really. My wife noticed my temper was a little shorter, being put up with baloney as much as I used to. Used to let things roll off my back, but a little more tense. That's about the only difference I've seen as far as behavior changes.
Anything else you want to add to tell anyone?
I can see that there wasn't some proper planning being done before we invaded the country. It's parts of me which we hadn't invaded Iraq. I don't think it was a bigger priority than it was in Afghanistan. We should have committed more of our resources to Afghanistan, which we are now doing, and getting things taken care of over there. But President Bush basically just wanted to make sure he found Saddam and punished him for what was going on, instead of concentrating mostly on Afghanistan. We readjusted our focus back on Afghanistan, taking care of business over there, but we're going to be in both countries for a long time. I can tell you that right now. Well, not shortly. It's not going to happen, but that's just my personal opinion.
Okay, last question. Do you regret going?
Or do I regret going? No, I do not.
Being surrounded by despair and grief, soldiers yearn for simpler, happier times in their life, their families at home, and home itself. But their duty to their nation requires them to discard these feelings, causing extreme emotional stress and pressure, and sometimes breakdowns. For our video, I interviewed my mother, Martha Garcia, who is the spouse of my father, Frank Garcia, who was a participant in the Vietnam War. Please state your name.
Martha Garcia.
What relationship do you have with the veteran?
I am his wife.
So, when the veteran came home, what were his initial emotions?
Happiness and sadness.
Did you have to take any measures to ensure not reminding him about the war, like movies or talking about it?
Yes, definitely we would never be able to see a movie about war. We would never speak about the war. It was like he really wanted to keep all that to himself.
So which war was he in?
The Vietnam War.
Have you had any times where the war has affected him and therefore affected you?
Yes, there was many times when the war would be his he just didn't like to be around a lot of people. So that would affect me because sometimes I would have to go places alone.
Okay. Did you know anyone else in that war?
Yep, well, I knew quite a bit of guys that were in that war, the same war with him.
Did any of them seem to have the same qualities because they came from the war?
Yes, I've noticed that a lot of the Vietnam veterans all have the same kind of emotional problems, and I've seen a lot of marriages break up because of that.
The stress of war often leads to post-traumatic syndrome, a common ailment found in soldiers returning from the battlefields. The symptoms include feelings of detachment, solitude, irritability, inability to sleep, and difficulty concentrating. Although treatment is provided for them, some veterans' conditions worsen, resulting in severe depression or suicide.
The emotional scars left on the men and women to our service might make us wonder, is society and the government taking proper care of these people that have put their lives in the line of fire for our ability to live? Is there more that we can give back to these veterans? The least we can do for our soldiers is to help them cope with these afflictions of war. After all, we'll never be able to repay them.